Hello everyone, and in this chess game we have the legendary Polish chess master Akiba Rubinstein with the white pieces, and his opponent was an unknown player with the black pieces, and this chess game was played in 1903. So if you notice, this is a strange position already, and this is an odds game. So white starts the game with a3 without one of his rooks, and it is white's turn. So Rubinstein starts the game with e4. So this a3 move also looks like the Anderson's opening. So e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4. Of course, this is a very big disadvantage for white because white is playing without one of his rooks. So c3, knight to f6, d4, e takes on d4. And already Rubinstein, after pushing the pawn, has the space advantage. So knight goes back, and after pushing the pawn, knight to g4, h3, knight to h6, and white has very nice control in the center. So d6 and squeezing his opponent. So sending the bishop to f6, and black looks undeveloped and very cramped. And also this pawn on d6 is causing lots of problems and cramping black's position. So queen to e2, that's check, and king to f8 is the only sensible looking move, and then developing the knight. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight to c6. Of course, naturally black wants to develop his pieces. So Rubinstein castled queen over and not exchanging the queens. He played queen to d2. Of course, Rubinstein is playing with rook odds, so knight to e5. And even though this move looks like an innocent move, actually this was not a good move. This is question mark. Rubinstein played rook to e1, an annoying looking pin. Queen to e4 was better and bringing the queen into the game. This would give black a better fighting chance against Rubinstein. But after knight to e5, we see rook to e1, a very annoying pin. So capturing does check, and black must defend the queen. So this is why I said developing the queen should have been considered, because now black's only move is queen to d8. And black is very cramped and undeveloped in this position. Even though black is a rook up, playing this position as white seems much more easy. Maybe white's position is much more preferable, because actually in this position white has a winning move, and can you spot that move? White to play and win, and none of black's pieces participates the game besides this knight. So how should white play? Okay, Rubinstein played queen takes on h6, a fantastic queen sacrifice. So capturing, but this opens the g file and the dark diagonal. Let's check with the bishop, only move as the rook cuts the e file. And now can you guess the move? King to h2, black can't stop rook to g1. The king is stuck, so queen to f8, desperate. So if queen to a5, too late, developing the queen, rook up, that's checkmate. And if b6, some random move, then rook to g1, and black is getting checkmated. This is checkmate. So king to g8, king to h2, and then simply rook to g1, and black resigned. What a crushing defeat for black when he had an extra rook advantage. So the possible continuation, the only move, and then rook takes, and basically black is getting checkmated by force. So only move, maybe rook takes pawn is tempting, but rook to g5 is the correct move. Discovered check to the king with the bishop, only move, check, only move, and then bishop to g5, f6 is the only move, bishop takes on f6, and this is a very beautiful force checkmate. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, and bye bye.